Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Are we good? All right. I'm going to take a couple of seconds here to bring this thing over to Facebook. All right. Hope you're doing well. All right. I'm doing well. I just got back from the gym and feeling pretty good this morning. Trying something new with my journey, with my workout journey. Trying some. I usually hold on one second here. Control V. V. All right. I usually go to workout in a fasted state. And I've always felt really good doing that. And lately, I have just, I don't know if it's in some hormonal imbalances or I don't know what it is, but I've just felt really, really weak and just not myself when I'm working out. So I'm trying something new where I'm not going unfasted. And I've felt really, really good the last couple of days. And I don't know if they call it carb cycling. I believe that's what they call it. But I have gone in on my way to work out, which is about 10 minutes before we start. I have been like doing some berries and doing some higher carb things. And I felt a little bit more powerful. So I'm going to continue. It's all about biohacking. It's all about finding what works for you. And a thing to always remember is not everything always stays the same. So just because you start out one way does not mean that you're always going to be there. Because for the ladies, they have hormone cycles, and things don't always do the same thing every month, right? And so as a coach, I rely a lot on what I've learned, a lot on the book knowledge. I rely on the things that I've been certified on, but sometimes it's just really important to know that things change and you're not always on the same cycle. You're not always on the same routine. In fact, your body prefers it when you kick it up, and when you mix it up and when you confuse it, your body actually depends on that. And so as a coach and type A kind of girl, it's really, really hard for me sometimes to say, oh, that could change, because for the last 5 years, I felt the best working out, in a fasted state. You watch Thomas DeLauer's videos and you see what he teaches on working out as a power lifter, working out, and you see all of his videos and you're like, oh, that's the way to do it. Well, not necessarily. If it's not working for you and if you're going to the gym feeling like dead weight on your feet, maybe it's time to try some things. And so that's what I've been doing. And I felt really good this morning. I'm not the greatest at the gym. I'm probably the weakest in my class. So that's always discouraging sometimes, but there could be a reason why. There could be a reason why. So this morning on the way to work out, I had some almonds and I had some berries, and I just kind of carved it up a little bit, and I did feel stronger today. So, oh, how's everybody doing? Are you doing okay? Everything going well for you? Midsummer. So like this is July, and we have about 6 months left of your New Year's resolution. How are you doing? Are you doing good? Are you struggling at all? I have got this darn fly that is flying around my head, and he's driving me insane. So if you see me batting something today, it's a stupid fly. I should have killed him before our live this morning, so I wouldn't be bothered. But yeah, how are you doing? It is mid-year, New Year's resolutions, right? Some of you are still hanging out there. Some of you guys are truly still chugging away. And then some of you have kind of dropped the ball a little bit. So I want to talk about that today. Um, there's a season. You have a weight loss season. You have a journey, and you have a time where things aren't always going so great, right? The emotional eating is kicking in. The summer blues a little bit, maybe. Am I where I'm supposed to be? And, it could be happy times. It could be, I'm on the boat every weekend. I have things to do every weekend. I'm so busy and I'm losing me again. So there's so many things, and there's just natural. They're completely natural. See, a lot of times when we hit these seasons, we freak out and we go, "Oh my gosh, I'm failing, so I might as well quit," right? Or I'm not losing weight fast enough, so I might as well just give up. And I might as well just go back to the way I was before, because certainly I was happier back then, right? Is there anybody that feels me on that this morning? It's called the diet circle. We do it all the time. We do it all the time. We've done it all the time. When I was 250 pounds, I did the diet circle at least 3 times a year. And on my desperate seasons, I actually went to laxatives. I actually went to, I tried to take the shortcut way out, and it wasn't a good season for me. We've all done it. So the thing of it is we like to beat ourselves up. We like to say, well, everybody else does a great job, but me. Everybody else can do this, but there's something wrong with me and I can't do it. I did that. I mean, I did it. I put myself against myself some of the times, because I'm like, you did this, you failed before, so you're going to fail again, right? You're going to fail again and fail again, right? All right, I was bringing up my live so that I can answer some questions here. I was my own worst enemy at points of my life. Typically, when we go on a diet, we are our worst enemy. We are the ones that talk ourselves in and out of our journey. Did you know you can talk yourself in and out of anything in 7 seconds? And I would challenge, that's the official number, but I would challenge that number and say we can do it in 5 seconds. Well, I'm not good enough. I lost this battle before, so I'm going to lose it again. It's an automatic loss for me. And so you try something for the honeymoon stage and then you drop out because it's not going fast enough, because you're not feeling it, because the hormones kicked in. There's so many reasons why we quit. So many reasons why we quit. What are some of the reasons you quit? I know that I'm not alone in this. I know that I'm not alone in the ups and downs of weight loss. What was different for me this time, when I lost the 100 pounds and I kept it off, it's not been easy. I can tell you that it's not been easy. And if you look at my journey, if you look at my before and after picture and say, well, she's so good, she did it, without any bumps or losses, you're talking to the wrong girl, because my journey was a year. I always tell people, when you join my program and you have 100 pounds to lose, I want you to mark off a year of your life. That's why my year program is so successful, because I get you through those ugly seasons, right? But what are some of your reasons for quitting? I'd like to start there, because I'll tell you some of mine. I've failed before. So I might as well not try again, or I might as well, I'm heading to that scary number. One of the things I ask my clients all the time before they start, one of the questions in the intake is, what number are you afraid of? I ask that for a reason, because we all have that number. Like, I've lost 50 pounds before, so at 51 pounds, then I'm going to fail. Then you almost prophesy over yourself, and, well, I'm going to fail anyway, so I might as well eat that donut. I might as well go back on the scale. I might as well, because I've failed before. Do you see how you can be your worst enemy? And you can truly make up any excuse. And you do, because you want to justify the fact that quitting's okay. What if you didn't fail this time? I'm asking you that. What if you didn't fail this time? What if you could lose 100 pounds, keep it off, and have your life back? Like that is totally worth fighting for. If you could take off that weight and you could take off the pain and the joint pain and the diabetes, if you could do that and you could actually reverse it, wouldn't it be worth it to you to say, okay, I have seen this story before. I know that for the last 10 years of my life, I have bought the excuse that I'm going to fail. Guys, that's just an excuse. Failure is not an option when you're serious. Failure is not an option when you've had enough of being overweight, of having type 2 diabetes, of having PCOS, of having high blood pressure, of having poor gut health. Excuses only go so far before they fall flat, right? We all have had those excuses. I lived on those excuses for so long because it was my way out, because I knew that if I threw out an excuse on why I was stopping my weight loss journey, then I was legit and then I could truly go back to my old lifestyle. The problem with that is I never reached victory. I never reached the point of being free. And I'm not here to tell you it's easy. I'm not here to tell you it's easy at all, because it's not. It's the hardest thing I ever did. But I didn't give up. So how do you get through those stages? How do you get through those stages and those temptations of quitting? Because if you join one of my programs, my signature program is 8 weeks, right? I can teach you all the things in 8 weeks. I can teach you how to lose weight. Yay, rah. It's my signature program. It's great. However, it's not very effective because of human emotions, because of the reality that I'm talking about today. Because the honeymoon stage of weight loss is about 8 weeks. Where it gets hard is 3 months. Where it gets hard is the 30-pound mark. When you've lost 30 pounds, called the 30 to 60 pound demise. Because during that poundage and during that time of month, which is about 3 to 6 months, 30 to 60 pounds, you want to jump off the wagon at least twice a day. And you'll justify it. You will absolutely justify it. You'll blame it on your family. You'll blame it on the party. You'll blame it on the fact that you're not losing fast enough. You will blame it on every factor except what the true one is. And that's, I don't want to do this anymore because it's hard. Doing hard things is hard. Being overweight is hard. Having type 2 diabetes is hard. Nobody realizes when they have type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance how deadly that is. It will knock years off of your life. It will take limbs from your body. It will take eyesight. It will take your life away. That's hard. Giving up convenience food is hard. But you know what? On the other side of it, I can tell you this, I have my life back. And I can live again. And my grandchildren, of whom, by the way, I just had a grandbaby this past week, and it was the best day of my life. I tell you what, those grandparents out there who said, oh, just wait till you have grandchildren. I'm like, oh, whatever. and then Wednesday came, and he arrived, and he's the most beautiful creature I've ever seen on the face of this planet. I want to live for him. I do. I want to live for Cass because he deserves that. He deserves to have a Grammy, right? So getting through those seasons is hard. You've got to decide on the front side that there's nothing that can get you off of your game. You've got to decide you have had enough of living as a sick individual. You've got to decide enough is enough, and I cannot do this on my own anymore. And that's a hard decision to make because it's an investment of yourself. A lot of people say, well, why do you charge for coaching? I can tell you this. I give about 3 scholarships away a year. Out of those 3, I have only ever had one person go through the entire program because they're not invested in it. When you get something for free, you're just not invested in it. And that's the raw statistics. I mean, I can't even lie about that. That's the raw statistics of, if you don't invest in yourself, you're not gonna do the hard things, because doing the hard things takes courage. Doing the hard things takes a grit, right? So you got to decide on the front side, I want my life more than I want to take the easy route. We have an epidemic in our country, and I don't believe that it's anywhere but America, and I could be wrong. You could tell me I'm wrong on that. But we have an epidemic here in this country on convenience. People are not willing to give up their convenience. Nope. They'd rather go to McDonald's. They'd rather get a bar. They'd rather get a shot. They'd rather get a pill. The problem is that doesn't work. These shots right now that are the fad of the century, it is breaking my heart to see the results. Oh, they lost a lot of weight really fast. But they didn't learn how to do the hard things. There is no such thing as easy weight loss. You either lose the weight and then it comes raging back double time. In fact, these shots are saying they're coming back triple time. And there's a scientific reason for that. Or you do the hard things and it stays off. Give me my 7 years that it's taken me to lose this weight, then 6 months of being thin, 6 months of having that weight off my body. Because I can tell you this, after I got the 100 pounds off of my body, the euphoria lasted maybe 3 months. And then reality hit. Then I became average. And the euphoria of buying new clothes, of feeling good in my body, that lasted about 3 months total. So what happens is, you take the shot, you take the magic pill, you lose the weight, you feel euphoria for about 3 months, and then you're like, well, crap, the food noise is back. I'm starving. I could eat my arm off. You take one bite of steak, which is how I lost the weight, by the way. You take one bite of steak, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just gained 5 pounds. And the pounds just compiling back on because you did not learn how to eat. You did not learn the science behind it. That's why the 3 to 6 month program is so successful in my program. Is it hard for those people? Absolutely, it's hard. Am I tough? Absolutely, I'm tough. Because I've been there. I've walked where my clients walk. So you got to decide, I'm worth the investment. I am worth stopping my life for a year. If you have 100 pounds to lose, mark off a year of your calendar. That's how long it's going to take. Mark it off. But then you can add 7 years to that because I've kept mine off for 7 years. Is maintenance hard? You betcha it's hard. Maintenance is very, very hard. Your body's natural stages of after losing weight and finding that set point is very, very scary. It's a very scary place to be. That's why I do what I do. You got to decide you can't do it alone. You got to pull the plug and say, okay, it's time. I'm investing in myself. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to take a year and I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to take my life back this year. Now, here's the good news. You have 6 months left in this year. That's totally awesome. You have 6 months left to recapture your life. It's not over. You didn't fail your New Year's resolutions. It's not over. You got 6 months. What are you going to do with it? It's my challenge to you. What are you going to do with it? So, let me tell you something exciting. It's really boring, by the way. I'm usually here with Coach Darcy, and I'm really bored without her. You probably are too. So we just found out that we have access to the ability to create meal plans, which is absolutely fabulous. A lot of people ask me, okay, Monica, I understand that you don't do meal plans. Okay, but I really need meal plans, right? I really need those meal plans. I need you to tell me what to eat. I can absolutely do that. If we have the agreement that I'm teaching you also how to live real life keto, I am going to be releasing a meal plan program, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be exciting. Our software, we have our own software that we use with our clients, that we know what you're eating. We know all the things, right, that you're doing. We give you feedback, all of that. We're gonna start writing some meal plans for you. So if you are in one of our higher rated programs, you're going to get weekly meal plans. You're going to know exactly what to eat. You're going to be trained. So that's pretty exciting. I love it. Love it, love it. Do you have any questions for me? Decide. That's the first thing to do. When you go through a time where you are in a funk, where you're going to do it a couple of times throughout your journey, if not weekly. What I do is I go to my enough moment. I have every client that I have start with me. I want your enough moment. Why are you here with me? What made you invest in your life? I have an enough moment for every single client. What do you want me to tell you when you start to drift from program? You can't argue with your own words, right? You can't argue with your own words. What do you want me to tell you when you're drifting from program? What is your enough moment? You got to remember that. For me, it was sitting across my son who wanted to go to Cedar Point with us, and I couldn't fit on the rides. Couldn't be a mom that he deserved that I would be. He's an adult. Who wants to hang out with your parents when you're an adult? I had to tell him no because I couldn't fit on the rides. That was my enough moment. Everybody has their own enough moment, and your enough moment can change. If you don't have that embedded deeply in your soul, I guarantee you within 3 months, you're going to walk away from your journey, because for some of us, we aren't worth it. I lived for 25 years as a 250-pound woman. I couldn't run with my kids on the playground. It wasn't until my kids needed me, and I'm like, wow, I just wasted that time, that I said, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready. It wasn't until that time that I said, okay, and I lost 100 pounds. You got to have your moment. If you haven't had your moment yet, you will. You absolutely will. We are here for you. My coaching team loves what they do. Coach Darcy has the same programs that I do. She's got the same one-on-one. She's running a boot camp right now. I love my 3-month program. That's probably my favorite. It's the most work. It's exhausting because then we take you through those stages. Each stage, we take you through it. We walk through the ugly with you. We're down in the pit with you. I have a brand new program called the Ultimate Wellness Program. This program is every program that I have all in one for an entire year. It's an investment. It works. So if there's any questions that we can answer, email me, Monica@ketomomcoaching.com. Email me. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. It's a big decision. It's a big decision. But you're worth it. And I'm here to tell you that it's possible. I've kept 120 pounds off. Not been easy. Maintenance is hard. Maintenance is a verb. We have a whole program designed for when you get to maintenance, because the journey does not end when you hit a magical number on the scale. The journey does not end. It's beginning. It's actually beginning. Like I said, there's 3 months of euphoria, and then it's like, holy crap. Wow, this is life. This is life. What do I do after I hit that magical number? You never reach the journey. You never reach the finish line, because after I hit the magical number on the scale, I decided I want to get stronger. So what am I doing? I'm working on my arms. I got a lot of work to do. Never ends. Never ends. But I want to tell you that it's completely possible. And doing it this way is so, so healthy. So next week, we'll have Coach Darcy back. We gave her the day off today because she is at the pool with her son, finishing up summer. And so things are going to get back to normal for her. And so we are here every Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We are here to answer any questions. I'm going to drop my link here in the chat. Drop my link here in the chat. So if you have any questions about our program, please give us a ring and an email, and we'd be happy to help you. All right, guys, you take care. Bye bye.